So thank you for joining us today. Just a quick medical disclaimer before we share these two testimonials. So none of the information today shared, including the age pill information, is designed to prevent, cure, or treat any disease or illness. We are not making any medical claims. Please check with your doctor before taking any supplements. So the information in this presentation is designed for educational purposes only. So please do your own research. So thanks for that. So we've actually got two calls, I guess two recordings today that I wanted to share that I've come across, which are pretty amazing. And Dr. Kurt, you may have remembered, I think it's Tim Whitley, and I hope I've pronounced his surname correctly, but I came across a couple of calls that were posted online, and I thought I would share these today because they're pretty powerful and pretty amazing. And as you said, I absolutely love this product, the Sizzle Age Pill. It is our flagship product, and there's a very good reason for that. So let's jump into these testimonials. We've got two short ones, so that'll take us to 11:30, so we'll go for about 10, 11 minutes. And let's get into it. So here we go.
Hey, Arthur, really glad you're here. Tell me a little bit about your experience, and I think you've got some folks that also speak for up there.
It's a little bit of a story. I've been friends with Bill Whiteley. So we were talking at the end of September and told me about the Age pill, and it really sparked my interest. I started doing some research, and shortly after that I ordered. I got my first shipment on a Friday night, started taking them. I had a long-term friend of mine from childhood, first grade on. He had texted me and he said, "Art, can I come and stay with you for a weekend and soak up some Jesus at your church?" And I said, "Yeah, sure, come." Well, he got there on a Friday night, so I've been taking it for a week. And he had Parkinson's for 17 years. He was a great athlete in our high school and in the state. He was a professional singer, had a business and a family. And after he got Parkinson's, he really lost everything, literally everything. Lost his marriage, lost his business, and then finally lost his ability to talk. He could only whisper, so we would only text. We would never talk on the phone. And so he came there on a Friday night, and I said, "Shane, I want to tell you, about something I've been taking. I feel something's going on. I can't tell you to work for you or whatever." And so we sat down and looked at some of the research, listened to some of the studies, and he said, "Man, Ari, I think I want to try this. I feel pretty good about it." And so I gave him enough to last him for a week. So he took it that night, and then Saturday, Sunday, and on Monday he was leaving. Monday morning we're sitting in a restaurant, and he was bawling. I was in tears. Mainly I was in absolute shock because for the first time in a couple years he was talking with a voice. I was beside myself. I couldn't believe that would even be possible. What are the chances of something like that happening? Well, the day before, we had church, and I had a really busy day, and after we got home, I cooked him dinner, we watched movies, funny movies, till 10 o'clock at night. About 9 o'clock, I was going, man, I have had so much energy where normally I'd want to go home and go to bed. And then after that, a week later, his brother called me. They'd had a dinner date. And Shane was bad enough that he had a hard time walking. Sometimes he'd be out in the middle of the street, and he would get stuck. And cars would be coming, and he couldn't move until his mind let it go. And anyway, when his brother picked him up, he jumped in the car, and then he said, "Hey, I forgot some in the house. I'll be right back." And he jogged back to his house, jogged back to the car, got in the car, and started talking to his brother with his voice. And needless to say, his brother called me a couple days later and said, "Art, I don't know what in the world you're giving him, but I want some of that." And so he's continuing to improve, more energy and more strength. But it was really absolutely phenomenal. It was hard to believe. And so for myself, I just had a lot of things happen. My hair is going back to the original color. Slowly, but it's been happening. My energy has been like it's not been since I was in high school. And then going back to the gym, I've had more muscle gains than I have since high school, and I don't even know in high school if I had as much muscle gains as I have since I've been on the A.G.E pill. And I've recently just started using the RIPS. And really, my mood, my overall mood, and something that Bill Wiley told me when he first told me about himself. He said, there's something inside of me that's just a get up and get her done kind of a thing. And, I've felt that. And really, I just thank God for the pill, because it's really made a major impact in my life. I could tell you about a lot of other people, but that's the most dramatic.
Hello.
Hello, Connie, you're on, and I really appreciate you being here, and I appreciate how you found us and the whole picture. It's just a great story, so thank you for showing up here on a Saturday.
I would like to just give you the way that I came into Sizzle. 2.5 years ago, I was diagnosed with macular degeneration, and I had lost my central field of vision. So when I would be watching TV and watch the news commentators, I couldn't make out their eyes. I could see their face, but anywhere that my central vision was directed to, I couldn't make it out. And by trade, I am a wellness researcher. I've been doing this about 40 years. I work with a naturopath here in Pittsburgh that I'm able to buy any type of product I want at a deep discount and use different things and suggest this to other naturopaths. But I listened to the doctor protocol. It was suggested that I do the AREDS or AREDS 2, come back in 6 months and see what my status was. When I went back, they said that there was no difference and that there wasn't anything that they could do to help me. So I began doing research and came across a lot of publications in PubMed. Little did I know that I was reading the research that Tom Maurer developed his product on. I did not know anything about Sizzle at the time. I tried 2 of the top leading products that are touted as being the absolute best for having a high level of nicotinamide riboside, which is one of the active ingredients in the A.G.E pill. I used the products for a little bit over 4 months, had no change in my eyesight or anything else. And at that time, Mark Kotler presented Sizzle to me. And it was like serendipity for me because I began to look into the A.G.E pill. Lo and behold, I found that the active ingredient that I needed was in this product, and I hoped that it would make a difference for me. I read everything I could read up until I got my bottle of A.G.E pills and listened to Tom Maurer for hours, and he had said something really profound, I believe. He said that if you have a serious malady, I would really suggest that you double up the pills. As soon as I got my pills, I took them up on what he was talking about. And now as I share this with people who are ill, I'm using the terminology of the 30-day challenge. And I explain to them that they'll get twice the benefit in the same amount of time if they have something very concerning for them that they're dealing with. 2 weeks into the product, I'm watching TV in the evening with a friend and noticed that I shockingly could see the commentator's eyes as I was watching TV. And from that point, I decided checking for wrinkles, and I found that the area that I had been concerned about from my breastbone to my neck had improved dramatically. And since that point in time, I've noticed that I also have Hashimoto's and have a lot of eye issues, a lot of pain in the eye, red veins going through the eye. And that, too, the pain has gone away now in my eyes. I'm now into my 3rd week of using the product only. I see that the veins are disappearing, and I do have eye comfort now. So very excited about the product. Love the company. As far as my research, I've never found product like what Tom Maurer has put out there for us. And I'm so very excited about this company. Everything that he is working with is cutting edge. There's nothing else out there like this, and I'm just phenomenally excited to be part of the company. So thank you.